Hey guys, Kev here, and I want to do a quick comparison of the original LaidBack jack and the new one, the one I'm calling the Reset. So they're both in Northwoods Leatherworks slip. I am waiting on a custom slip for this knife, but I actually had this one laying around, and it's damn close to perfect. It's just a little bit short probably, but it does work excellently. But let's get them out of here. Just wanted to give a shout out to my boy Troy, Northwoods Leatherworks. Check out his slips. And here they are, and you can see some differences instantly. I do have the calipers because I want to check a couple things. I do want to apologize if the lighting is a little off. We are, I've said before, but we are moving, and we're getting our house ready to sell, and just a lot of moving parts. So I'm trying to keep it as good as I can, but I also need to move shit around, so this is what we are at. So anyway, this new one comes in 5 versions, and they're very different compared to what you got on the original. This was the second model to be released by Jack Wolf Knives back in, like, I don't know, May, or no, I think it was May into June of 2022, I believe. And then this one is being released now in August of 2023, specifically on August 18th at 2 p.m. Eastern. You'll be able to pick this guy up at your favorite dealer. Links are down below to those dealers that I have affiliate links with that sell Jack Wolf knives. I would appreciate it if you're going to pick one up, if you use one of those links. But I also always link the dealer list so you can buy it from anywhere you want, of course, as your decision. So, yeah, let's talk about it. The 5 versions you could get of the original LaidBack jack were all micarta, right? I think there was actually only 4 versions. There was 3 micartas, black, natural, and green. And then there was this jungle wear fat carbon, which I call this the pickleback jack. And this one right here comes in 5 versions. This one with lava flow. Then you have 2 full titanium ones, so no inlays, faux bolsters. You have one that is more just like a smooth tie and has a belt satin, just like this, and just like every other Jack Wolf to date. And you have one with jig titanium, so it kind of looks like an inlay. It's jig titanium. And that one has a hand satin blade. Then you have a rosewood inlay version. So it's actual wood scales, rosewood and hand satin, which is nice. And then you have a blacked out one, which is all black DLC, bolsters, and hardware and blade. And then the scales on that one are purple wave kieranite. Very different, very cool looking. Very interested to see which ones sell the best and all that kind of stuff. They're all unique and different, and everybody's going to have their own taste, which is going to be great, I think. So I would say off the bat, your options are way better on this guy. I mean, you can get fat carbon, you can get full tie, you can get kieranite, you can get rosewood. So anywhere from traditional all the way to ultra modern. You can get belt satin, you can also get hand satin or DLC, which is very, very cool. We can look at price point. So this is $300. And I believe the micarta ones are $275. On the new one, they're all $300. So I think that's great. I mean, you're talking about a year later, inflation, all that stuff, and it's still the same price for the camo carbon version. And if you're looking at any of the other ones, they just stay right at $300. Whether it's full tie with hand satin, DLC, still $300. You can see some obvious changes here to the knife. They stand out pretty readily for me here. So your screw positions are different, obviously. Your bolster is completely different. You have a longer sort of Barlow style bolster with triple flutes that is becoming the signature of Jack Wolf knives, and I do not mind at all. This one has a single flute and a shorter bolster. While I like the look of this knife, I love the look of this knife. You will see right away the sharpening choil is longer or deeper on this one. So you'll get more sharpening life out of the blade. You will notice that this one right here is an S90V blade steel. and the original is in M390. So I think that's an upgrade, but that's, you know, subjective, I suppose. Other changes that we can see, or I should say can't see, the spring on here just has a little bit more of a snap to it for me. It's just a little bit stronger of a spring. I did oil it, and I am clearly picking up a lot of stuff here. So hang on, let me just clean this out real quick. And that's mostly because I put way too much oil in. I was trying to oil up the washers, so I put some ultralight oil in, and when you do that, it tends to get into the works and really bring that black sort of sludge out that you're seeing. So that's mostly just me having messed with it. Ugh. Trying to do this. I don't want to have to do it again, but I also don't want to take forever, so I'm trying to just speed this up. And you'll see it just keeps on coming. Open and close it, open and close it. And that's good, honestly. You're kind of flushing out the knife, and you're getting any sort of residue off of there. And that black stuff is essentially, if you think about it, you have S90B steel, and then you have titanium, and then you have washers. And obviously things are making contact, and that's going to cause wear, and wear is obviously going to have some kind of residue to it. So trying here to just speed up the process. You'll see, there we go. We still have some on there. And you're always, I mean, if you use your knife, if you fidget with your knife, whatever the case may be, you're always going to have some, you know, residue on there. I'm not trying to completely negate it. I'm trying to clean it out so that I can apply more. Because that's the stupid circle of life here situation we're working with. So we've got it pretty cleaned out. I can just tell by the feel. And then what I'm going to do is I'm going to take this. I'm going to take some regular KPL. I tried heavy and I used the ultralight. So let's just kind of meet in the middle here. And I'm just going to hit all these corners right here. I'm going to hit this corner right here. And that should do it for us. We'll open it. And even though I'm pretty sure that's the same corner, I'm just going to hit that. Call it quits. And then I just open and close it a couple times. And I can immediately feel the difference when there's that little bit of oil in there versus being dried out. And again, it's going to have that black look again, but that's normal. Anyway, sorry about that. Let me clean this off. Make sure I don't have any... Haven't had this out for a while, so I wouldn't want any rust or anything on there. Okay. All right. I always do that cleaning and everything before I put my knives away in the case, so this one's good to go. But yeah, the spring on this is just a little lighter. I mean, it's, to me, it's fairly obvious. You can see how I can easily one-hand it like that. Not gonna happen with this one. Like, I gotta fight it. I gotta come all the way up here to do that. And I can, but more than likely what I do if I'm gonna one-hand it is I'll kick it to here and then I'll ride it down like this. Not ride it, but you get what I'm saying. Kick and then let it pop down. With this, I don't even need to do that. I can just go right for that. So some people would prefer that. I don't know. And this one's brand new, so it may break in, but I like this better. Tell you that right off the bat. Dead nuts centered. I mean, maybe ever so slightly to this side, but there you go. Dead nuts. This one's also dead nuts. One thing I didn't love about this one is you could kind of get in there and feel the tip right here, like I'm touching the tip. So some people were concerned if they reach into their pocket, the meat of their finger, yeah, you can, catch your finger a little bit. And the more you sharpen it, maybe that would get worse, could get better, I'm not sure. But if you have a slip like this from Troy, you're pretty safe because you're not going to accidentally like dig in there, right? And then when you grab the knife out, you're just pulling from the sides. If you have a different slip, the ones where you kind of grab like this, then you could really hurt yourself by sliding your finger into the blade. So this is better this way. But on the reset, we have a tip that is buried in there. I mean, it is buried in there. Perfect, well done, well executed. And I gotta say, man, this thing just feels excellent in the hand. I want to measure because somehow, and I think it's just the new bolster look, somehow it feels taller or thicker. Like some dimension feels a little bit different in a good way. Like it feels really comfortable in my hand. Let me just zero this out. So let's go for thickness. We'll go right in the center of this bad boy right here. Usually looking at 0.45 from a Jack Wolf. Look at that. 0.34 if I, ease it in. 0.44-ish. Let's see if this one's right about the same. 0.54. Okay, so they did beef it up. That's what I was thinking. Unless I was farther up. No, 0.45, 0.55, 0.45 up here by that screw. That was pretty far up, though. Let's see. Up here, 0.43, 0.43. Yeah, okay. So clearly a little bit thicker, and that could be what beefs the spring up a little bit, is having a little bit of a thicker spring there. And then I was thinking this dimension was also a little thicker, but I don't know if I'm right about that. We're at 0.748. Now it's going to be really hard to gauge the exact spot I was at there, but let's see. 0.735. Yeah, it just seems a little bit taller and a little bit thicker. I know that that's not a big difference at all. We're talking about a tenth or whatever of an inch or a thousandth of an inch or whatever. It's not really a big difference, but I felt it. I mean, I didn't even have this knife in my hand. I was doing the unboxing or whatever, and I was like, man, I swear this feels just more substantial in my hand. And I usually like thinner, like I'm more of a thinner is better guy. That's not what she said. But in this case, it just fills my hand really well. And it just feels like it sounds stupid, but it feels like a better knife somehow because of that. So anyway, this is the LaidBack Jack Reset, as I call it. And this is the OG. Both of them are fantastic. I mean, it's funny. Every time I get one of the original ones out, or the earlier ones or whatever, I'm always like, yeah, I haven't handled this in forever, but damn, it's good. They're still so good. Even with that little bit of a softer spring, it does have a little more bounce to it because of that. I mean, you can see how it jumps, right? And some people will prefer that. I do like that quite a bit, but I also like having a little bit more of a firmer pull. You can hear it snap out. Right, when that one snaps out versus this one. This one's still good, right? But this one has authority. I don't know. Just very cool stuff. I don't think you can go wrong, right? If somebody's selling off their OG because the new one's coming out and you're getting a good deal, go for it. Just know about the tip thing. It's one thing that could bother some people. And I'm sure each model's different, maybe, tolerances and everything. Some could be down lower. Still a fantastic knife all around. But I gotta say, the Reset is absolutely wonderful. I can't wait to just continue carrying it. I'll probably do another video doing a review just to torture you guys. I know this is already second video, but I am so glad. You have no idea. I am so glad to have a Jack Wolf back. A new one come out. It just, man, it just really makes my day. It just is the best thing on I love reviewing these. I love getting them in. I love collecting them. Just everything about them, man, is so cool. And I needed this. I feel like something was missing. And here it is. So thank you to Ben and his team, of course, for continuing to make awesome knives. And there you go. There's a comparison of the LaidBack pickle jack, the V1, I guess, and the LaidBack jack reset, or V2, or whatever you're calling it. And I love you guys. I hope you have an absolutely fantastic day, and I will catch you later.